oh. What's up, YouTube? This is Tech Supreme back with another travel vlog, episode 2. We're at the ranches at Belt Creek. This is the Lazy Doe Cabin. I'm gonna give you guys a quick tour and then talk a little bit about the ranch and our experiences at the ranches at Belt Creek. As you enter the beautiful Lazy Doe Cabin, you're greeted with a very beautiful living room area with a TV. You can bring your Chromecast. That's what I did. You can hook up your game systems if you have any little ones, any kids, or grown adults like myself that like to play video games. Then you go into the kitchen area, beautiful kitchen. To the right, you're gonna have some closet space, a nice bedroom with an ensuite bathroom. Very nice, very cozy. The bed sits super high, so be aware of that. Just look at that outside. Can't really beat that at all. And here's a quick look into, let me turn the light on first. Quick look into the bedroom. Let's peek into the bathroom real quick. Beautiful bathroom. I literally thought I was on a set of Yellowstone, which I'm sure a lot of people who travel to Montana to go to these ranches probably have some type of love for either Yellowstone or cowboy culture. I definitely, this past year, got heavily into it. Here's a quick little laundry room with a little back door entrance right there. This is a good area. If you're coming in and you're kind of muddy, that's the best area to come into. You can hang your stuff up, leave your stuff there. Here's a little quick look at the ranch. Stables. Awesome. And then back around, we're gonna go back into the kitchen. Very functional kitchen. Beautiful dining room. I sat at the dining room and did some work. Actually mixed some of my records there, which was honestly one of the best experiences as a musician, is to go somewhere like this, clear your mind, be at peace, and work on your music. It was definitely a great experience mixing down that project there on the ranch. Very peaceful. I suggest that for any musician. And here's the second and third bedroom. Very small, but very cozy. Perfect. And here's the lofted area, perfect for extra guests. There's 2 beds up here overlooking the entire living room and foyer. Very cozy, very comfortable, beautifully woodworked. Nice sized beds, beautiful outlook over the ranch stables and arena. Look at that. Just gorgeous. And at the ranches at Belt Creek, you can basically choose from activities, daily activities. And one of the activities we did was ATV ride, which was awesome. That's one of the cowboys that worked there. Super nice guy, hilarious. We ended up hanging out the last night. As you can see, he's cracking jokes, giving everyone crap. Fun time. And me being extra, I've ridden ATVs before, but not for a long period of times. And of course I had to order gloves because I'm extra. But just look at this view. They had a huge storm come through. This was May that we went, and knocked down a whole bunch of trees. Those guys were working very hard. That's where the cowboy was headed to. Right there, he was working to clear off some of the brush that's in the trail. But as you can see, this is absolutely gorgeous. It's a cooler temperature in May, and just look at that. When you watch TV shows and they talk about protecting the land, or you see the news, you talk about they want to protect the land. This is what they're talking about. You can't ruin this view with a resort of any kind. You don't want an airport anywhere. I know I sound like a Yellowstone fanatic, but we're fans. And this is my favorite part of the trip, because this is the part that I thought was mortifying, and I crashed. I definitely crashed, and I'm thinking, oh no, I've wrecked this ATV. This is not gonna be cheap. But the trail guide, and there was one in the front and one in the back, super, super nice guys. They got a good laugh out of it. He came over, helped me out, helped me get loose. And the rest of the trip, rest of the excursion went on without a hitch. No big deal. But they had those tree branches everywhere. And I think what happened for me was I got up that hill and it kind of slipped because of the mud. And then I kind of panicked. It is what it is. But always be careful when you're on the ATVs. Treat them like your own. Treat them like you paid for them, because you have to respect the equipment. This is how they make their money, how they make their living, is giving these guides. We definitely 100% respect the equipment. But we're back on track now. We're moving through. We're having a good time. And we get to this clearing, and every now and again, I don't know exactly the schedule of it, but they do these tomahawk dinners at this opening that we're about to walk to. And I'm a little bit of a scary guy. I'm not a big fan of cliffs and death. So this part definitely gave me a little bit of the heebie-jeebies, if you will. I got a one-step rule, and that one step is I could do anything I want as long as it doesn't bring me one step away from death. Now, what that means is I can't do anything where if I slip one step, I'm dead. So I won't get close enough for that one step. That's just my little rule. But this campsite is where they do their tomahawk dinners, and it is absolutely amazing views. I want to go back and do the tomahawk dinner. So like and comment, and make sure you comment to my wife that we got to go back for a tomahawk dinner. But as you can see, this is absolutely breathtaking gorgeous. Every time you look around, it looks like you're looking at a desktop wall screen. That right there could be a desktop wall screen. Like, so beautiful, so gorgeous, just a breathtaking view everywhere you look. Breathtaking. It's really easy to, in city life, not really focus on the beauty of the world that we live in. This trip definitely gave me that knowledge that I hadn't had before. I'm a city guy. And I also find it fun to know that, like, this is history. Like, this is the world. They're the same things that people for hundreds of years have seen here. It's beautiful. Now, this part here, I am a big guy. I am 6'4", 300, at this time, 320 pounds. Now I'm 305, I'm losing weight. And Jenny, which is the horse instructor, wrangler, I don't know all the proper terms. I just got in the country this year. She saw me and she's like, no, you're a big guy, but you're a big athletic guy. I can tell you work out. You can ride a horse. And although my legs were not equipped for this at all, I gave it a good 35 minutes. Everyone else gave it about 45 before I had to get off. This was the most life-changing experience. I never understood horse riding. I never understood the majestic aspect of the horse and human relationship, but it was truly, truly beautiful. My horse was tired of my because I sucked at riding. Even though I was able to wrangle a couple of the calves, couple of the cows, I did okay. That my horse was like, yeah, you have no idea what you're doing. And everyone else, horses were pretty chill. So I got off on the horse early. And one thing that happened that I just have to talk about, and I've talked about this to everyone I talked to about this trip, was I felt defeated. I am a very goal-oriented person. I don't like quitting, and I had to quit. Like, my legs were not used to that, sitting at that position. It was rough. So I got off of my horse, and I was sad about it. But Sissy, which was my mother-in-law's horse that she was riding, sensed that I was sad, and every chance she got, she came over to me and put her head on my shoulder and I can't explain it. I'm actually it's been months. I have been sitting on this video for months. I got to get emotional thinking about it. How much this animal, this horse, knew I was upset, and all she wanted to do was console me. I thought that was one of the most beautiful things I'd ever experienced in life. Next up, skeet shooting or clay shooting. This was what I call my kind of excursion. I love the ATV, even though I was a little nervous for my one-step rule. Loved horse riding, although my legs were not built for that. But this one here, this was my jam. This was 100% super fun, very challenging. This was my first time skeet shooting, and I will proudly say that I hit a target on each station. You go through a series of stations, I think 10 altogether, not quite sure. And the instructor, who was the same instructor with the ATVs, they come on, they just show you where it's coming from. They give you a couple tests, like views of the clay getting shot out, and then you do it. And that was my absolute favorite. I would do it again every time. Now, this part coming up is not something that's going to be common. It's not for everybody. We were invited to a calf branding. Very crazy experience. They gave me a lot of talk because I refused to hold down a calf while they branded it. But this is one of those things that, as a meat eater, you have to see. You have to understand the process. This is a part of life. This is a part of how we get our food, and you have to give your utmost respect to these people for doing it. It's very difficult. Side note: before I get into my conclusion, after that trip, that part with the calf branding, I made those noises around the house for weeks, probably a month. Anyway, Ranches at Bell Creek, one of my favorite trips I've ever been on. I'm from New Jersey and St. Louis. I have never been exposed to anything like this. It was absolutely beautiful. And one thing as a black male that struck out to me was I kind of assumed that it was going to be a negative experience. If you know, you know. And it wasn't like that at all. Everyone, even strangers in Bozeman, were kind. Everyone at the ranch was kind. I don't have anything negative to say about anybody. I even had some heart-to-heart with some people here about race, and it was just an eye-opening conversation all the way through. Nothing but utmost respect and love for these people. They have a hard job, and I understand, like, they're offering an experience that's kind of touristy, if you will, but nothing about what we did was touristy. It was all like just stuff that they do, as far as riding horses, traveling via ATV to places, skeet shooting, which is just fun activities. Another special shout out to the chef. I do not remember her name, but she was absolutely amazing. I don't believe she's been there too long, maybe a year before we got there to visit. She was absolutely fantastic. One of the big takeaways was how good the meals were. Nothing was bad. I don't think I had one morsel of bad food. The honor system was fun and interesting. Super cool that they do that. We left with tons of merch and just a warm heart, just like recharged and ready for our city life. That's us on the porch with my cowboy hat. The main dining area, which is kind of like the main lounge, that has a nice pool and a beautiful fireplace, delicious food. That was one of the dogs that were roaming around. So you'll get to know the dogs and the animals that roam around too. They're super cool. That's a close-up of the stable, in which I kind of peeked my head through, but didn't really go in. That dog is a sweet dog. If you get a chance, book a trip with the Ranches at Bell Creek. It is an amazing property with amazing people, amazing food, and amazing experiences, and you cannot beat the views. You never will be able to beat the views. Thank you for watching this video. If you made it this far, my name is Tech. I do travel vlogs in between video game uploads. So hit that like and subscribe button. It goes a long way. Leave a comment. Tell me if you plan on going to Montana. What do you plan on doing? Are you going to go to the Ranches of Bell Creek? Because I think you should. Thank you, and peace and love.